Donald Trump was welcomed back to the White House by a very enthusiastic Joe Biden today, in an interaction that shocked the world.
President-elect and former President Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So good. Welcome back.
Not only was Joe Biden cordial and kind to Donald Trump, he also seemed very happy to be speaking to the incoming president, laughing and joking along with Trump whilst the press pack were having a field day. This commentator said, "I've never seen Joe Biden this happy." Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre confirmed the in-depth meeting went for 2 hours in the Oval Office.
Okay, so today President Biden met with President-elect Trump for approximately 2 hours in the Oval Office. White House Chief of Staff Jeff Zients and incoming Chief of Staff Susie Wiles joined the meeting. It was a substantive meeting, an exchange of views. They discussed important national security and domestic policy issues facing the nation and the world.
Following the press conference, Donald Trump joined Joe and Jill Biden for a walk around the White House, continuing the high spirits. Commentators on X say this friendship validates the long-running joke that Joe and Jill Biden actually voted for Donald Trump in the election. This commentator said, Joe Biden could not wipe that massive smile off his face while going around the White House with Trump today. Even Jill looks elated. Any more doubts on who he voted for? The joke that Biden backed Trump began after Kamala Harris took over the Democratic nomination and Joe Biden was pictured happily wearing a MAGA cap during his visit with firefighters in Pennsylvania during the election campaign. From then on, the relationship between Kamala Harris and Joe Biden appeared to be fractured beyond repair.
I forgot about that because Biden came out the other day beaming, the biggest smile we've ever seen. He had a big spring in his step, didn't he? He's gone from potato to spring in his step, and it's, you know, he's not going to leave, is he?
And even Jill Biden gave Kamala Harris the cold shoulder this week.
Distinguished guests.
And in another clear sign that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not on good terms, many have come out demanding that Joe Biden turn the presidency over to Kamala Harris for the remainder of his term, which he has so far denied.
Now this is hilarious because last week the US, well, you'd think that they'd actually sent a clear signal that they don't want Kamala Harris to be president, and yet some Dems are just not taking no for an answer.
One promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate.
Yes, let's punt Joe Biden, put Kamala in for a couple of days. Never mind that the overwhelming majority of Americans actually said, no, we don't want you. But please, Graham, why are they just not taking no for an answer here? They're in such denial.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? What's needed is humility. And looking how chuffed Joe Biden looks following the result, I don't think he's going to be giving up for anybody. And seriously, it would devalue the event of the US getting the first female president if they were to sneak it in this fashion. The reality is they're all yesterday's people. The caravan has moved on. Nothing will happen between now and when Trump is inaugurated, and that's when it begins.